Yeah, hi, Dr. Now here. Welcome to everyone. Glad to have you here today for an update on the HY 2x2 splitting matrix. It's a matrix that is a small matrix. It only has 6 places, 4 at the bottom, 2 on the second level, and 1 on the top level. I'm talking really to our members right now. This is not necessarily a video or a presentation to new people, so I will not go into the depth of explaining how HY 2x2 works, and it's called Huge Yield, and it is really a fantastic program. And it has been, the program has been slowed down or closed for a while because we upgraded the software. Carl Halverson and is the one that is is the designer of the software. And tomorrow at noon, apparently, it's all done, and it is going to be done in such a way that it will only enhance what we have so far. And what happened before this join button was turned off, we have had a total of 169 people that have, joined us in the fast track team build, which is a closed, it's a team build where we actually assign people, when we actually assign people on the bottom 4 and then break boards for them to get to the money boards, and I will explain that in a minute. Now we also have 42 people that are waiting for links, and they will be looked after as soon as the join button is up. And we found a way that is very exciting, and I'm very excited, and all the admin team, there's 10 of them, was excited when we had our call today, is that we are able to now do a program which is going to be in such a way where we are going to have a closed circle. In other words, we open up for another 100 members and then we close it down, and with the rebuys alone, it will then perpetually bring us to the money boards, the HY 2x2 boards, and then the HY 3 and HY 4. So it is quite exciting to find that we have a program where we have designed a team build that actually works. Everyone is looked after, nobody will be left behind, and no one, once the circle is closed, meaning we have 300 people, and I believe that's the magic number, will actually ever have to advertise again. It will be all perpetuated by repurchasing positions by the existing team. We have right now, as I said, 200 people that are on and 169 actually paid. 42 are going to be paid shortly in the next couple of days. And then we have bring in another 100, and it'll be told to everybody that there's only room for another 100, and we'll close it down at that point. And there's also approximately 200 people from coming in with Laurie's team from the $60 boards. They will all be on the top of their HY1 boards, and they will be simply coming into the build, the fast track build, and we help them break the boards, and as long as they adhere to the rules, and the rules I will explain in a minute. So, as you know, the HY1 2x2 board, the matrix, works like this. It works as you see on your screen, where you have 4 people coming in at the bottom, and then when the 4th person comes in, the board splits. You have 1 go to the left and 1 go to the right, and then when that board is filled at the bottom with the 4 people, then the top person, the top member, will then be going over to the HY2 2x2 matrix, the money board. Now, the problem we had before the join button was closed down was that the software wasn't doing the follow me properly, and also we didn't know which board that the HY1 members were landing on. Now when it opens tomorrow, we'll be able to look at the HY 2x2 board and see underneath the 4 people, the 4 boards that are coming to in. In other words, we see the username of the board, that the person that's on top on the HY1 board, and we'll see that. And because we see that, it's so simple for us to simply break the boards we need to fill this and instantly put people over to money. I mean, literally, we can print money. So when you're looking at the bottom level on the HY 2x2 matrix, once the 4th person comes in, then there is $120 paid out to the bottom row, the people on the bottom row each. The level 2 is $240, the people that are there. And level 3, the top person will get $640. So that's a total of $1,000. Now, our rules are, at least the rules were, and we're changing them a little bit, that when you're a member with this team, you will rebuy positions. And out of the first $120 you will receive, you will buy one more position, and it's going to be whatever username is and then the number 1 behind it. And when you get to level 2 and you collect $240, you will then purchase one other position, $120. And the other $120 you keep, that's your break-even point because you invested $120. And then the person that's on level 3 at the same time will get $640, and he will also at that point purchase one more position, and he will keep the profit that's left over. And the profit that's left over out of $1,000, if you deduct the 360, it works out to $520 $540. No, $520. And you do that for 2 cycles. And that's right. So it's a total 6 positions that you are going to be purchasing. And you are basically doing that to help the team, but not only the team, you're helping yourself too. Because each position will go through the same cycle and make money. So it's not like those positions are only there. They actually are just like your first position, and you will be also then coming back into, with those positions on the HY1 boards, and will break your board to put you back into the money positions, and you will make money at a later time. So it is a beautiful scenario like this. Now, in the old system, what we said to you was that after the 2 cycles, the 6 rebuys, the third one, the one that is the third cycle, when you make $1,000, it is yours. And we said you would from then on not have to do that any longer. Well, what we've decided and what we looked at is a way where we can actually continuously grow, because there is something very exciting that Carl brought in with this when we reopen it, and that is HY3, which is another board, which is not a $1,000 board, but it is a $5,000 board with a $600 buy-in. In other words, you take out of your profit $600 and you move over to the HY3 board. And then there's an HY4 board, which we don't know how much it is yet. It could be $7,500 or $10,000. And again, there will be a buy-in and just go over. So what we've decided to do is we needed to have constant flow of people coming into the HY1 boards to be able to break those boards and bring people into the money boards and then into HY3 and HY4. The problem with that is there takes a lot of it takes a lot of marketing. It takes a lot of people going out there and bringing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. And it's usually the same thing with everybody. One couple of people do all the marketing, and then the rest are just sort of waiting to be pushed through. So what we've decided to do now is we decided to devise a plan which is absolutely foolproof. And what we're going to do now is we are going to change the rebuys from the first 3 cycles. They'll be exactly the same. You will receive $520 the first cycle. That is your profit. You will receive $640 the second cycle, which is $1,160. And you will receive $1,000 for the third cycle. So that's $2,160. But then on the 4th, 5th, and 6th cycle, we now expect you to purchase 8 more positions each cycle. In other words, you're reinvesting all the money that you're making, and you keep $40. And you say, why should I do that? Well, I'll tell you why you should do that. Because it's a great thing for yourself, and it's fabulous for the team. Because we don't ever have to go out and market again. Because what you are going to do is you're going to have 8 plus 8 and 8, 3 times 8 is 24 positions you're rebuying at the cycle 4, 5, and 6. And you will also have the 6 from a 4, that's 30 cycles in total. Well, each one of those cycles will make you $2,160. So if you multiply $2,160 by 30 positions, and let's round it off to even numbers because it's hard to, forget the 160. Let's say $2,000. That's $60,000 in profit for you. Not bad by having that, by just doing that. with a team that will all do the same, and so it will always be fed, and you will always make that money on an ongoing basis. And you certainly would have to not worry about money in the future because you'll be pushed through these matrices very fast. Certainly, it will be as faster than anything else you've ever done online. I mean, I've been in many different programs, and I've never been in one where we actually could do a team build that would look after everybody over and over and over again. Now, just imagine once we have 300 people, and each one of us, out of the 300 people, will be buying 30 new positions in the first first 7 cycles. I mean. That's like 15,000 new positions. Well, that's plenty of positions to put us all through to the HY4. And then apparently Carl will also be introduced something that's a residual. But that's all in the future. But in the meantime, what I would like to do is actually show you now through screen sharing that I'm going to show you how it looks on my, on my desktop. I just need to open the screen sharing desktop share, and there we go. It's on the right hand corner. Sorry about that. It'll take a minute for it to show my desktop, and once it will show the desktop, I will then show you what actually the spreadsheets look like and how we control all this. Now, I don't know if you actually can see my desktop, but I will be... Oh, down here, start sharing. Sorry about that. I got just looked for the right button. Share the full screen. There we go. I'm going to get used to this conference room pretty quick, I hope, because we'll have to do lots of these webinars and so on, just to update people all the time. But this is a little bit new for me, so bear with me, and I will certainly try to attempt to do this properly. Now, I believe you should be seeing this at this point in time, which is my screen. Okay, if you don't, then just somebody like Sherry, open your mic and let me know. But if I don't hear from you, I know you see my screen. Okay, here is what we call the Fast Track Teambuild admin sheet. This is the sheet that we have. We have also one that is without the money portion, which is column B. So when you look at this spreadsheet on column A, you will actually see all the members that we have that are paid, the ones in orange. So if I scroll down here slowly to the bottom, you can see that we have a total of 169 members. The ones in the darker color are the ones that came in later, and they are actually already over in column D. And so, in other words, every member that's there is on this spreadsheet at this point. And there's 42 some members that are coming in next couple of days, and they will be added on once they have paid. Once you've got paid, you will be put on this spreadsheet. In column B, it shows that you are eligible to rebuy. And the way this works is this. If it says at 640, which is line 3, Dr. Now 1, that means Dr. Now 1, which is one of my positions, has already been paid $120 and $240, and he's waiting to be paid $640, which will happen very quickly. Once he gets that $640, he will be paying, or I will be buying one more position out of that $640. That means I have now finished my first cycle, and then in the little brackets it shows 1. That means all these people that have money there are in their first cycle, because the website was closed down before we could continue to grow. So that's where we were at when it was actually closed down, the join button. Now, the people that says, like number 5, Wise Money 2, that says $120, that means they're on the bottom 4 on a money board, HY 2x2 board, and they're waiting to get paid $120. So once the 4th person is actually brought in there onto that board, and the board is filled, that Wise Money 2 will receive $120 and rebuy one more position. And then there's some people that have 240, which is number 12, line 12, which is $240. That means they're waiting for 240, and when they get 240, they will buy one position and keep 120 as their break even. So when you're looking at this right now, you can see that there is already quite a lot of people that are in the money when we started. So, we're talking about 30 lines here, or a little, just close to maybe 28, 30 lines that already have money or are going to rebuy positions. Each one of these people will be rebuy to positions, so 30 times 3, you'll be looking at like 90 new positions just from repurchasing new ones. Now, we have already purchased a lot of positions, because if you go over to column J, you will see all the red lines, which are all our repurchase positions, and we have already up to 48 of them, and that basically means we have reinvested into the team about close to $5,500. Now, naturally, when these positions are coming in to the HY1 boards again, they have to be requalified, because on line K you see if you're requalified or not. And if you're not qualified, naturally we have to requalify you, so you have to be intermingled with the boards so that you are going to be able to be qualified. Now, this is all probably a little Chinese for new people, but for those of you that are in it, you will understand what I'm talking about. Now, if you look in column D, E, and F, that basically is the top 3 positions of the usernames that you see in there. And these are the ones that are on the HY1 board, and they have not actually gone to the HY2 board yet, and they're waiting to be pushed over there by us breaking that board, putting people under them. And when they do go over there, then they are going to be in the money-making positions themselves. So as you can see, the green ones that have been finished, the top 3, the people that have broken that board and actually have paid the last position and have broken that board is Julie H, and there was 2 of them, and Dom H. And then once they break that board, they go back in here in column D, because we're going to have to qualify that board later and get them again to the money positions. The beautiful part about this is that we nearly on this team build are just breaking boards. We're not doing anything else except we break boards, and we are simply going down each board, and we are bringing in the people on the bottom 3 positions, and we break them and we qualify them as we go through. So if I'm going to show you my huge yield back office, here is a board. Here is my HY1 board, because I'm on top here, Dr. Now, and then you have Oscar 1 on the second level. He's qualified, HY1. And then you have Nigel 120 and Mighty Mouse at the bottom. Now, when we are going to be bringing in the people, they come in on the bottom left to right, and the links will be given out left to right. Usually we give out the links to the top person if everybody is qualified, so that the bottom people will follow them as follow the sponsor. And we try to put in the 4th position a rebuy rather than a new person, so because then the rebuy can come back in, get repurchased, and eventually it'll be all rebuys, all of them. Now, once you are going to go from that board to the next one, I'm going to be able to show you how you can find out where you are on your board. For example, if you were to import here in the search box above it, Hawkcode 80, it will show the board, the HY1 board for that username. So here is the username Hawkcode 80. It's on the second level, and then you have Jessica 1 on top, you got Synergy 1 on the right, and the bottom you have Glenn and Elbush 1. Elbush 1 is unqualified, and as you can see, everybody else here is qualified. So if you're going to look at our sheet, our spreadsheet, and you look at Jessica 1, which is actually on line 8, and Hawkcode 80 is on the second level I just showed you, and on F is the right-hand level, second level. And if you look next to Jessica 1 in column G, you see the email, the link that we're going to give out for you to purchase through, because we want to qualify Elbush 1, because Elbush 1 is not qualified. So let's go back to the board. So if you're looking at Elbush 1, as you can see, unqualified, we'll give this link out to the next person that comes in, or to a rebuy, and then that person will come in underneath Synergy 1, and then we put the link out for the person that's in next to Elbush 1, and that one then will link them to the last person. When that person comes in, this board will break, and Jessica 1 will go over to the HY2 board, and the HY2 board will look like this. Now in the new system, all these boards will be color-coded and much more, you will be easier to see which is HY1, HY2. That's all been worked on, and it's all going to be finished. So here's your HY2 board as it is now. As you can see, here's Mighty Mouse on top. You got Hoggoat 80 on the left side, level 2. You got Exceed level 2 on the right side. You got Lucky Lady, 2 positions. They're unqualified because they're rebuys, because the software actually creates some rebuy positions in HY2 that come back in as unqualified. And then we get them back in the HY1 board where we qualify them, and they come back into the HY2 money boards. Now, as you can see here, when the Jessica, what is the person that was on top? I think it was Jessica. Jessica 1. When Jessica 1 comes over, when this board breaks, when we finish filling up the bottom 2, the HY2 board will then have Jessica come over and be landing on the bottom line, and we're landing right here in the 3rd position, the bottom line. And then underneath those 3 or 4 positions, starting tomorrow, we will see which board we need to break to fill the last person up in here in the number 4 position. And the beauty is this, because we know which board to actually go and break, we will then be able to do that, and instantly now we are creating $1,000 in commission. We are creating $480 at the bottom, $120 each at the 4 at the bottom, $240 each in the 2nd level, and $640 on the top. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Now, once we have this program completely filled and with the 300 people, then we are going to be able to simply work with repurchases. Because we have 200 people coming in from the $60 boards, we put them into column D, and they simply will wait in order. Now, when we start this tomorrow, we'll be going from the top down. We will be also have a priority to be broken on the right-hand side, as you see a column, because the 2nd level people will go to the 1st level. However, as we go down this board, breaking them, they will be automatically pushed up anyhow, so we may not have to go in and actually break that board again. And we will break people that haven't gotten to the money first in priority, because we want to make sure that everybody gets to the money. Now, if you go further down here, which is an interesting thing for you to see, we have 169 people that have paid. And they're all on this spreadsheet. And if you see in column I, if you look at Mickey Rice 2 on line 73, Clover 2 is the top of that board, and it's in line 62. So if I go up to line 62, I can show you that board, which is right here, Clover 2 and line 60 in D, in line 62. Roadrunner and Pinky Babe is on the 2nd level, and Mickey Rice is one of the ones on the bottom. So you see, all of the people that are below us that have come in, before we actually had a lockdown, are already on the boards above. So really, in these 72 boards we have up here, 95 to 97% of them are already going to be looked after when we break the boards up there. So as you can see, we don't have to worry about the new people coming in, because they will be on all the boards above and remingled in, and then follow the leaders and follow the sponsors all the way over into the money boards. Now, there is some boards in here that don't are not on the line above. It's because we still have some people from outside of a build. They're intermingled, so we need to make sure we break those, and then they'll be in the fold with everybody else. Now, once we get to the point where we have only our own rebuys taking care of this, then we never have to worry. We just simply rebuy positions all the time. Now, why would we want to do rebuying? Because we will also go into the HY3 boards, which is a $5,000 board. Now, the first, again, let me just go over the way it works as far as the rules is concerned. The first 2 boards, you rebuy 6 positions. The next board, the next cycle, you're going to keep 1,000, and then for the next 3, cycle 4, 5, and 6, you will rebuy a total of 24 position, 8 each. 8 times 120 is 960, and you keep 40. And when you come to the 7th cycle, you keep the 1,000, and out of that $2,100 that you're making, you keep 600 available to move to the HY3 board, because that's where you really want to be, because that's where the money will come from. You see, if we keep cycling the HY1 boards and requalifying all our rebuys, they will constantly push us through to the HY3 and HY4 boards. So they will be always movement. There will be nobody ever stagnant. I mean, to have a position that you repurchase or you have a new person come in at $120 is exactly the same thing. The software recognizes it as a new position. So you will be just, being, as long as we qualify you, that means we give you that one qualification you need to be qualified to make money, to come into the board. We will always have new people flow in, and we are on a constant cycle of continuous growth. And the beautiful thing is it can never be stopped. It's like a full circle. Now, some people mentioned today that, what about if other people wish to come in and it's closed? Well, what we're going to do, I would imagine, and we will tweak some of these things as we go along. What we are going to do is we are going to actually have a waiting list, and then we'll decide as a team if we can open it up for another 50 people or 100 or whatever it may be. And we decide that at that time, because at that time we know exactly what we're doing and we know where we stand and how it is all working as it should. So I am very excited about this at this point in time, and I would like to just get this video up onto the fast track 120 landing page, and also fast track teambuild.com, so we can spread the word. Now, after it's open, we are going to also at that point in time, in about like Monday night or Tuesday night, we are going to be doing a webinar for everybody and go over this again. So let me see where I'm going to stop the desktop sharing, and I go back to the actual presentation, and I'll put the presentation up again. There we go. Just need to open the controls. Well, I don't know about you, but I really personally feel that we have the best team build that I've ever seen anywhere, and the only reason that I believe that is 1,000% foolproof is because we're working with a very small matrix. If it was a 2x3, with 8 people at the bottom, it would be too hard to control. But this way, they have really built a phenomenal splitting, matrix. They also have, by the way, put in a system where you actually are going to have extra people coming in, extra positions coming in from the HY2 boards. Here's another slide that just shows you again how we're going to fill the bottom part of the HY1 board, and the best cash on top will go onto the HY2 board. And now the next slide probably will show you the HY2 board. And here's your HY2 board that has Dr. Now at the bottom, at the top, and Jesters and RCM Global, RMC Global, and Octaviano. And then we've again filled from left to right. Now the next slide will show you the re-entry. This is what I was talking about before. Once your HY2 board is, you follow your sponsor onto that board, and once you come out of the top, and the money is paid out to these six people on this board, there is an extra position actually being put in place by the software that comes back in, and it's an unqualified position that we get into the HY1 board, and some of them will populate also the HY2 boards. And then what we have to do in the HY1 board with that position, have to qualify it, and it'll be an extra free position that comes directly from the software. of HY2. And the beautiful part of that is it basically helps you cycle faster because it actually takes positions on the HY2 board, which means we need to fill less to bring it to a total payout. Now, really, the program is really built for success. I mean, you secure a future with this. There's no way you will lose. It's a 120 one-time investment, and we have built a phenomenal program. We have created a team build that works, and if we all, work as a team, we all look after each other. We all are going to be, working with admin to make sure everything is smooth, and be patient and make sure that we are getting our links and join the program wherever we put you, and we then bring your board into play for to be broken, and then you follow into the HY2, then the HY3 and HY4, and I tell you, it'll go rather quickly. I mean, it won't be overnight, it will not be in a day, but certainly there will be a lot of movement, way faster than anything I've ever been involved with. Way faster. I mean, when we started with this, some of us have made, when we first started, we made about $1,500 or $1,000 in a matter of a couple of days. So it's the same thing that can happen to you too. Okay, the next slide is basically going to tell you what the the cycle is, or what you have to do. When you first join, you got to refer to the spreadsheet to study the system on our Teambuild. And on the spreadsheet, by the way, there is 3 tabs on the bottom. One is for the admin, and there is which is where you see all the links to the Skype usernames of our admin team, which is Sherry Modrusky is the one that heads it. And there is about 10 of us, I believe, that are on the admin team. There's also a page which is going to be the roster, which shows all of our members that have paid and are online. And naturally, you'll see the spreadsheet I just showed you on the desktop sharing. Now, once you click on the website that says Fast Track Build sign up form, you sign up. Make sure you have your STP APOK account funded. That is for the new people that are coming in now for the next week. And actually, STP can be funded very quickly. You just need to fill in a credit card form. They call it a verification form online with them, and 10 minutes later they will actually activate the funds you've uploaded with a credit card. Once you fill out the form, and it's received by admin, they will add you to the HY2 Fast Track Guest and Prospects room Skype chat. And once in the chat room, you will contact you on your personal Skype, give you a link to join through and pay. Once you're a fully paid member of the Fast Track Teambuild, you will also be able to request a live spreadsheet. We call it the Zig Ziglar Fast Track spreadsheet. The reason we call it that, because Zig Ziglar has a saying that says, you help enough other people to get what they want, and you certainly will then get what you want. And that's what we are doing. We're helping everyone to get to financial security. Because basically we are one big happy family, we are one big team, and we make sure everybody will be there in order of priority from top down. Nobody will be left behind, and we all will be going to the bank with dollars, and we're not going to have to. We will enjoy our life from then on. So I'm sure we'll see you on some beach or some cruise in the future for sure. So again, I'd like to thank you for your attention. I'm going to stop the recording now, and we'll upload this to our website. And once it's on the website, we'll pass out. It will also be on YouTube, and we'll pass it out to everybody that's on the team. And then once it actually gets rolling, we'll do an actual team webinar like this. So thanks again for listening. I hope I wasn't too disjointed here with this whole thing, and we'll see you on some beach for sure sometime.